On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets.
Whenever you hear messages that deal with us and them, you better doubt them.
En waar het op fout ging, was de cultuurschok terug. Die was 1000 keer erger en 1000 keer groter. En daar was dus geen aandacht aan besteed.
2000 jaar geleden kwam de Bijbel tot stand. Sindsdien is de wereld ingrijpend veranderd. Wat zijn de vragen, visies en dromen van deze tijd? Schrijf mee aan een eigentijdse aanvulling op de Bijbel. Schrijf mee aan het Derde Testament.
On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets.
Any group of people that becomes insecure in their identity needs an outside enemy to become more secure about their own identity. And if they start along this road and they say, we have problems, but it's the fault of somebody else, well, they are starting on a road that if you do a couple of different steps in that road, it can end up in genocide.
George Weiss is een van de oprichters van Radio Benevolencija. Dit mediaproject wil mensen ervan doordringen hoe gemakkelijk geweld een samenleving kapot kan maken.
Radio Benevolencija was founded in 2003 with a specific purpose to teach people via the media to understand a vocabulary of manipulation to violence and to counteract it, and to use this counteracting violence also so that you can heal traumatic wounds between populations. We do this through the media, and we use so-called entertainment and education methods. The first country which we were invited to do this was Rwanda. Rwanda suffered a genocide, and it has only two groups that live together over there. And the majority group, 90% of the population, was involved in a genocide of the minority group, 10% of the population, the Tutsis. The problems Rwanda has today is how to become a normal, healthy country again after the genocide. And we have in Rwanda a radio soap. This radio soap is a story of violence between two groups, and it has a little Romeo and Juliet love story between two enemy peoples, and the two groups attack each other, and they also make peace with each other. And apparently for the population in Rwanda, it is a very hopeful message that we are broadcasting, because basically they get out of this radio novella the feeling that you can do something about something that they felt that they couldn't do anything about. This is part of our actors troupe that are here recording the first few episodes of our radio novella. This is the bad guy, actually. This is a very popular character. He's the bad man in the group, actually, and this is one of our positive heroes who is fighting against him. Our radio novella has become the most popular radio novella on the Rwandese media landscape. It is followed by over 92% of the population nowadays. And we saw that there is a great difference between groups that listen to our radio novellas and groups that do not listen. One of the things we teach is not to take in messages from the media and from authorities without criticism. So our groups actually do that. There's also greater readiness for intermarriage between the two groups, and there's also quite a bit of knowledge now about what to watch out for if you hear certain things being said outside your group. This is a mixed group. They are both Hutus and Tutsis. In Rwanda, nowadays, it is a taboo subject. Who is a Hutu and who is a Tutsi? Because the Rwandese government is trying to create a new generation of people who are only Rwandans and not Hutus and Tutsis. What we're doing in Rwanda and in Africa is our prototype for other projects as well. We are setting up the same project in Bosnia, and we are also developing our project further so that it has enough real entertainment elements so that it can work here on television or anywhere else. Coming to a place like this is touching for someone like me, who is also descendant from people like that. I imagine that I could be one of those names up there. Another thing that I wonder about is the people, the German soldiers or the Dutch people that helped the German soldiers. They also started out in life the same way that these people were. Yes, they were all normal citizens. And then something did happen in their brains, something did happen to allow them to take in all these people, mistreat all these people and send them off to a concentration camp. The fact that anyone can also turn into such people, that disturbs me a lot. When you look at newspaper headlines that deal with populistic messages, yes, then you usually see that they will be talking about being proud of your own culture, and it is enough that we have been manipulated by foreigners. Whenever you hear messages that deal with us and them, that make that focus everything they do on you and them, you being on one side, other people being on another side, and this is what the whole problem is about. Whenever you hear such messages, you better doubt them. And if people would learn to decipher this kind of buttons that are being pressed in them psychologically, then we would be a lot safer from people who might want to use our fears for their own advantage. My contribution to the Third Testament would be that there have been so many books written already. The Old Testament for the Jews, the New Testament for the Christians, the Quran for the Muslims, and they are already contributing enough to violence between people and misunderstandings between people. We are trying to teach people really to understand themselves. Very basic things about how good and bad happen. What you do to yourself, what you want done to yourself, don't do unto others. That's a principle that's already written in all these three books. So I really think that you don't need a Third Testament, and maybe you shouldn't write one.